she said that he doesn't like to brag about himself, but one of his pickup lines when he was a young man was, he was in 18th place in the National Spelling Bee. But he doesn't like to brag about himself. Well, it is to roll with the punches, Shane Kiesler!
Thank you guys. Boy, a lot of tough acts to follow tonight. I don't know how I'm going to top Jeff on the four-wheeler there. That was scary. Well, it's really an honor to be up here and to be able to do some stand-up for you guys. The 2012 Polar Awards for the volunteers. I did volunteer to do this, so I'm not getting paid. I don't know how I feel about that yet. You know, it got me thinking about why don't we volunteer more often? What are the things that keep us from volunteering? You know, and I think sometimes there's a negative feelings along with volunteering. Maybe because some past childhood experiences, some bad memories. You know, like Saturday afternoon, and Mom is dividing up the house chores. You know, and she goes, "Okay, I'm going to need somebody to vacuum this floor. I'm going to need somebody to pick up all these toys off the living room, and I need one of you to go scrub the bathroom toilet. It is filthy. Get some Clorox, some bleach, rubber gloves, whatever you got to do. I want that thing spick and span, okay? Any volunteers? No? And then that's the point where you get real small, you know, and you're like, I'm not here. Maybe if I look in space, you won't see me. How about you, Shane? Oh, never works. But seriously, volunteering, it's amazing, and you know there's going to be work involved. You know, sometimes it's not always going to be enjoyable, but it's pretty awesome when we can grow up and volunteer, especially when it's for the kingdom of God, and we're, you know, that's what it's all about, serving one another, iron sharpening iron, and it's pretty awesome. So, anyway, so Jesse sent me a text, you know, he goes, asked me if I'd want to do about 5 minutes of comedy tonight. You know, I was like, awesome, that's so exciting, I'm stoked. Yes, I want to do it. And I'm really looking forward to the DVD that comes out of this. I can already see the couple there picking it up off the shelf. Running time, 4 minutes and 59 seconds. Honey, you think you'll be able to stay awake for this one? They get home, pop it in the DVD player, you know, he's like, I'm gonna go make some popcorn, I'll be right back. He goes back. What'd I miss? The whole thing. It's over. Well, how was it? It started off kind of slow. You know, first joke, it was all right. But man, when the movie ended with that second joke, oh, it was pretty good. I can see the critics' reviews right now. 5 minutes has never gone by so fast. You'll wonder where the time went. The movie started and I didn't stop laughing for 300 seconds. The perfect film if you just want to take 5. I don't know, probably won't be an DVD. So how's everybody doing tonight? That was a rhetorical question I didn't really want to know. I like how we ask that question a lot, how's it going? But we're really just saying hi. We don't want to know how you're doing, you know. It's like, oh, hey Jim, how's it going? It's been a pretty rough week, you know. My girlfriend broke up with me, lost my job. I'm just really tore up, you know. You're like, I am so sorry, Jim. I gotta run. You should probably talk to somebody about that. Someone else. Yeah, we say some funny things. You know, can I be frank? You ever heard someone say that? Can I be frank with you? No. I'd rather you just lie right to my face. You never hear that the other way around, you know. Can I be vague? You mind if I beat around the bush a little bit? I just want to skirt the real issue. I used to work over here at Safeway in North Pole. Maybe some of you saw me back there years ago. Anyway, I thought that's how that would go. But in the workplace, you hear certain particular phrases too, like, you're working hard or hardly working, you know. You just hear that all the time, and the person who says it usually thinks it's the funniest thing I'm going to hear all day, right? Working hard or hardly working? Oh, yeah, one of these times I just want to get all offended, you know, like, really? Questioning my work ethic here, right in the public? You got some nerve, pal, you know, just mess with them. The other one I used to hear all the time is, don't work too hard. Don't work too hard. I'm thinking, I'm a bagger at Safeway. How can I possibly work too hard? Literally pull a back muscle, lift a gallon of milk in somebody's cart. Here you go, ma'am. You know, lift with the legs. Careful those 14-ounce cans. Got a lot of wet spills around here. Just be careful. And don't work too hard. You never hear that the other way around. You know, I think it should be the other way around sometimes. You know, maybe you should work extra hard today, son. You know, go the extra mile, above and beyond. Try to impress someone today. But no, we walk around promoting laziness. Don't work too hard. Maybe you should call in tomorrow. You know, you deserve it. Just take it easy. You know, sometimes you have to be a morning person. Get up really early. I've never been a morning person. They say the early bird catches the worm. Never did much for me. I don't know. Worm? I think I'll just sleep in. But, you know, I'm more like a grizzly bear in the morning. I don't know if any of you men can relate, but my wife will send the kids in to wake, you know, go wake your dad up. They go in, they come out a few minutes later, limping, their shirts torn. He's not ready to get up, Mom. It's kind of like a secret mission sometimes around the house. You know, my wife's the general. She's got the boys around the kitchen table. All right, we know what we're dealing with here, okay? Big Daddy Kiesler, a.k.a. the grizzly bear. We know he doesn't like to wake up early. Sometimes he can be cantankerous, okay? So we're going to have to be on our toes out there. Dalton, you're going to go around the back, flank him. You're going to be the sniper. Dakota, I want you to go straight to the bedroom door with a cup of cold water. Gavin, you follow him, blaring the worship music, all right? Operation Wake Daddy, commence. Sometimes doesn't go very well. I'm getting better, though. Getting better. I had a dream I was a morning person one time, and I woke up at 5 in the morning. Then I actually woke up and it was noon. So. Another thing that happens in the mornings around my house a lot is dreams get told. And my wife loves to tell me her dreams. My boys love to tell me about their dreams. I don't like listening to dreams very much. You know, I think if you wrote a book and it was all about the dreams that you had, it'd be a pretty awful book. Because it's just random. There's not really a good succession, you know, and my son likes to tell, like, run-on dreams. It's like 3 dreams in one. It's like a mini-series of dreams. It's got fake endings and everything. I don't know if you know what I mean, but I'm usually getting my morning coffee, trying to wake up. Hey, Dad, I had this great dream. And I'm like, oh, let's hear it. You know, and he goes on for about 15, 20 minutes, and I'm sipping. And, you know, then you think it's over. And he goes, and that's how I rescued the princess. You know, and I'm like, hey, that's a pretty good dream. And then, shoot me now.
Bang.
Bless him. Well, a couple things about my wife. I don't know. Just a couple. Let me think. Let's see. Any of you guys have, your wife has a phone voice? My wife has a phone voice. We could be in the worst argument ever, which doesn't ever happen, but... And she could be saying, I never, ever, the phone rings. Hello? Oh, hey, how's it going? Yeah. Oh, no, we're fine. Yeah, we'll talk to you later. Ever. I'm like, no, I want the phone voice. Use the phone voice with me. That's not fair. But guys have it too. I used to work with a guy that was like, you know, I wear the pants in my relationship. My girl, I got to wrap around my little finger, you know, talking all this tough stuff, and then the phone would ring. Oh, hey, baby. Yeah, sugar plum, yeah. I'll be out at 5. Swing by the grocery store? Yeah, no problem. All right, bye. Where was the pants in that conversation? Lost it.
On the woman.
So we lived up here about, I don't know, it's been a long time, almost 20 years, and there's just a few things about Alaska I think are interesting, that you don't really get in other places, like 50 below weather in the winter, you know, 24-hour sunlight, sending your children out to play where they could possibly be trampled by a bull moose, you know, things like that.